Tribalism? I don't only think it's good. I think it's necessary. I'd like to take a minute here. This is just, I guess, sort of a video op-ed. I want to take a minute here to make a case to you, because we see a lot of infighting on the right and people wondering about the future of the direction of the country. Thinking about it a lot during the break. Look, it comes down to this. You hear the word all the time, tribalism, right? It's often used as a pejorative to denigrate. You'll hear people, sort of extol the notion that, it's those in power, man. They just want us warring, man. Tribalism is to keep us fighting and not going after those in power, man. You got to stop the tribalism. That's wrong. Because the most important thing that those on the right, that conservatives, those who support America First, the MAGA movement, the most important thing that all of us can do is oppose leftists as a group, as a tribe. Tribalism means by definition that you have a strong in-group loyalty, often combined with a negative view of outsiders. As to the future of this country, tribalism is good. Tribalism is necessary. The only thing that really remains is determining what our tribe is and who is outside of it. Let me explain why. I know you can certainly find disagreements on any notable issue of the day, be it cultural, economic, social. For example, right now, there are plenty of black people who supported George Floyd, for example, who believe that the reaction to Renee Good's death is inconsistent because no one would protest if a black person was shot by cops who was resisting arrest. Of course, that's wrong. And that's a common theme you'll see with a lot of these smaller groups of uncommon sort of divergence in opinion. I'll give you some more examples. There are some of those on the Democrat left who support Israel, for example. And there are some of those on the right who don't. There are some on the Democrat left who support strong Second Amendment protections. There are some on the right who may be ambivalent. And it's not lost on me. These numbers don't exist in especially small numbers, by the way. But they are not the majority. Rarely, if ever. These outliers are just that, outliers, but an overwhelming preponderance of data, history, real-world results at this point show us that the major issues of our day break down into overwhelming majorities of two distinct worldviews, left and right. In a way that cannot be seen across any other primary groups, no matter how you divide or categorize people. So yes, the left will, as a majority, support extreme forms of abortion. The right, as a majority, will not. The majority of the left will support erosion of our immigration laws. The majority of the right will not. The majority of the left will actively oppose deportations of illegal aliens. The majority of the right will not. The majority of the left will oppose the building, for example, of a border wall. We saw that. The majority of the right will not. The majority of the left will support forms of censorship or hate speech regulation as sometimes or often justified. The majority of the right will not. The majority of the left will support experimental sexuality, gender, including, by the way, transitioning of children. Majority of the left. The majority of the right will not. The majority of the left will support teaching public curriculums that paint America as the villains of history, more guilty than other nations to have come before us. The majority of the right will not. The majority of the left will support significant erosions and ultimately the stripping of your Second Amendment rights. The majority of the right will not. The majority of the left will have favorable views of socialism. The majority of the right will not. The majority of the left will support more government control over children in comparison and in lieu of their parents. The majority of the right will not. The majority of the left will hold negative views of traditional Christianity. The majority of the right will not. The majority of the left will support feminism, more specifically the upending of traditional gender norms. The majority of the right will not. The majority of the left will support forms of DEI, race or gender-based quotas, hiring practices. The majority of the right will not. The majority of the left will support removal of historical American Christian symbolism, including but not limited to monuments, documents, and even wording The majority of the right will not. The majority of the left will support extreme environmental restrictions on your daily life, including, but not limited to, what kind of car you can drive, what kind of food you can eat, etc. The majority of the right will not. The majority of the left will support affirmative action in education. The majority of the right will not. The majority of the left will support increases in almost all significant taxes outside of the poverty income bracket. The majority of the right will not. The majority of the left will support the policy or the idea that those in the poverty bracket not be required to contribute anything to taxes and be net drains. The majority of the right will not. The majority of the left will oppose work requirements for welfare, social safety net benefits. The majority of the right will not. The majority of the left will support the use of said benefits for sugary soda drinks. The majority of the right will not. The majority of the left will oppose voter identification. The majority of the right will not. The majority of the left will, when polled, and I will make all of these results available to you. Check the link in the description. The majority of the left will support use of violence as a means of political resistance or a readily available tool for political change. The majority of the right will not. And all of the above, by the way, all of those issues have polling demonstrating an overwhelming majority split on both sides, meaning that on all issues, you'll see a majority of leftists and conservatives being for or opposed, respectively. For context, if you look at those polls, check the references, to the tune of about 60 to 90% as far as a majority of the left, majority of the right in support or opposition, respectively. What that means is that if you were to make a bet and you were to attribute an abhorrent or simply wrong view to any particular group, if you simply bet leftist every time, you would be correct at least 60 to 90% of the time. This is very important because it helps you understand and identify the enemy. And I'm using my language very thoughtfully and carefully. Yes, enemy. For every issue at which the thread of Americanism, the very core of Americanism is being pulled, yanked, torn, for every person seeking to destroy the very foundation that makes this nation singularly unique and admirable, if you believe it, for every instance, 55, 60 to 90% of the time, you will find a leftist pulling at that thread. They are the only ones who can truly destroy the country. They are the only ones who have both the corrosive views of the world and the numbers or means with which to accomplish their goals. And this brings us back to tribalism. Look, you cannot fight one giant unified tribe with smaller unallied factions. You have to form an equally large, if ideally larger tribe, a unified tribe. Historically, let me make this clear. Historically, those with no tribe are slaves. Serfs at best, slaves most of the time. So the question becomes, are the remaining 10 to 30% of issues on which you may diverge with some on the right worth willingly handing power over to the left? If not, then you need to join a tribe. As a conservative, now look, I significantly diverge with the left on serious issues that are foundational to America in a way that cannot be said of any other class by which I may divide or delineate myself, be it income, class, age, race, professional field, degree of education, religion, or even gender. You would not find that consistent disagreement and split with a group that has an overwhelming majority opposed to what I believe than the left. There would be no other way, no other group. Now, that doesn't mean, just to be clear, doesn't mean that you have to agree with the right on everything. No one is expected to. It doesn't even mean that you shouldn't disagree and hold those on the political right, conservative, MAGA, America First, accountable. You are expected to, as your duty to operate within and improve the tribe. But you, everyone here, we are still precluded from linking arms with today's political left. Always. Because of what is at stake. That is also our duty, because the data, because of the real world history and results, it is our duty to ensure that the political left can gain no foothold in this country whatsoever, because we know how that ends. We are guaranteed of how that ends. I may not, and I do not agree with those on the right on everything, but I consistently and foundationally disagree with the left more than any other group that's ever existed throughout mankind, and certainly in today's America. And those issues determine the fate, the future of America. They determine the fate for the tribe of America. So tribalism, I don't only think it's good. I think it's necessary. And anyone who wants a bumper sticker saying it's not left versus right, I think you need to wake up. And comment below if you disagree.
Josh, what are you doing?
Securing my financial future, Gerald. What does it look like?
It looks like you're digging a hole, Josh.
Yeah?
That's what it looks like.
And?
Well, okay, why are you digging a hole?
For gold, Gerald. It's the best investment you can make. Something wonky happens to the economy, Armageddon, bombs start going off, everybody fails, banks fail. I got the good stuff. I'm set.
Gold?
Shh! Yes!
Josh, why don't you just try True Gold Republic? Why don't you give those guys a call or go to lwcgold.com, see if you qualify for one of those no-fee-for-life gold IRAs, and make it simple. It's easy.
It's really that easy?
Yes, you don't have to dig for gold. Put that down. No, put it down. That down.
I kind of like it.
Put that down. Let's go.
Let True Gold Republic help you safeguard your retirement with physical gold and silver. Go to lwcgold.com or call 800-628-4653. Sign up or call today and see if you qualify for a no-fees-for-life IRA.
Come on.
Let me set this up for you, okay? And I know sometimes people will say like, hey, you should never support political violence. You've never heard me say that political violence is never appropriate, all right? Otherwise, we wouldn't have an American Revolution. That being said, you've not seen me call for political violence. And in the following clip, with the one you're about to see, this is not political violence. This is simply justified violence. It's just good violence. Now, the fact that all of the people clocked, the fact that all the people get ping out cold happen to be leftists who are disrupting, that's just an added bonus. So this is a clip of a bunch of leftist protesters harassing, assaulting a man, and he has finally had enough, and it warms the soul.
You can't do that.
That can pierce your ears. It's grievous bodily injury.
Yeah. It's like warnings on them that say that you can't do that.
Trying to get away, removing himself multiple times. And then
You'll be laughing long.
And then he decides that he doesn't need to be assaulted and battered anymore. And then
are apart, and you decorated
like a rhyme with no reason in an unfinished song. There was no harmony, life meant nothing to me.
Hey.
Oh, yeah.
Is this what love feels like?
It is.
It is.
I never thought I'd know it.
He showed me what love is.
That's great.
It's fantastic.
I like the guy in the red comes back.
He comes back.
He got embarrassed and then got mad and goes, I'm tough.
Yeah.
And then he just got folded like a buffalo table.
He's the guy. He's the guy with the megaphone.
Yeah.
And I will say this: it looks like the guy has an understanding of the basics because he doesn't wind up with a wild punch, but that's when he knows the guy can't hit him back. Bing! Then he kind of sets his feet when a few guys come in, and that guy in red comes right back, hands down, like he's not even expecting it. Bing! And he does the stiff timber.
You know what's great to me is that guy, he gets knocked out the second time. He has no idea what's happening because he's knocked out.
Yeah.
He just folds over. He's going to have to watch this back and realize that the guy knocked him out and didn't think about him for a second longer.
Yeah,
he was on to the next guy, just pounded that dude's face.
Yeah. And that's very clearly he's not pounding on a guy on the ground. He's not kicking him, stomping him. He bing, bing, backs up, moves on. They follow him. Bing, bing, bing. Oh, you coming back for more? Hey, hello, old friend. Bing.
And he's going to have to watch himself throw with gusto the umbrella and take off his gloves as he's walking up to get his ass beat again. It's just, sorry, it's just hilarious.
What's Minnesota's hockey team?
It used to be the Minnesota North Stars. It's the Wild.
Minnesota Wild. They're going to have to call that guy
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
to call him out. It doesn't matter if you can score. It doesn't. Can you skate? That's all that matters.
The people, you can comment below. You support this, right? People saying like, aren't we better than that? No. The guy is blaring that megaphone in his ear. By the way, I have those. They come with a warning to not put them right up against your ear. That could cause permanent hearing loss. He tries to brush it away. He moves away. He kind of pushes with his foot. He's walking away. And then finally, when he's like, you know what? All right, I see my opportunity. Bing. And he wants to move on, and he gets jumped by a bunch of people who apparently had no semblance of an understanding that this may go poorly for them.
Yes.
Yeah, where do you get that confidence?
It was great.
Not being able to fight at all, and that's a lot of confidence.
Well, these people are delusional.
Where does that come from?
Do you hear them yelling? They're yelling, yeah, nobody likes you, incel. They're almost quite literally retarded. Yeah. They're just used
That's
lines.
a weird thing to call someone. You can call somebody an involuntary celibate.
Yeah.
Like, but I've had sex.
Yeah. And it also,
Yeah, but you're an incel.
And that also means you have the right
I'm still going to have sex tonight.
Yeah.
That doesn't bother me at all.
By the way, when people say that's like, you're an incel, so I have the right to harass you, you do realize that you're basically saying, yeah, you're so unattractive that people won't sleep with you, loser. I'm a bully. I'm going to assault a loser. I'm going to assault a nerd, an outcast. You are the bully. You get that, right? When you punch someone or assault them for being an incel, which I doubt this man. This man was probably swimming in snatch after this.
He is for sure now.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he's going to get Minnesota Wild later tonight.
Absolutely.
I do think
He's going to be one of them Vikings.
Listen,
He's going to get viked.
You need my seed.
I hope they don't press charges, but I think he's going to get in trouble for the first punch. Not that he should, but I think he will.
He might.
The guy was bent over, looking away. I support it wholeheartedly.
We should start a GoFundMe.
But yeah, exactly.
Important to know he didn't kill anybody.
That's right.
Yeah, he didn't kill anybody.
He didn't kill anybody.
He didn't kill anybody. He didn't even follow up and kick anybody on the ground like the jackals who gang beat people.
He assaulted that guy so bad he got up and wanted more.
Yes, exactly.
Well, he went to the grass. He's like, I'm about to knock these people out. I don't want them to hit the
I better be safe.
concrete. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to go to the grass for them, for their protection.
I think he went to the grass for himself.
I think so, too.
I think he was like, you know what? This could go. There's going to be a bunch of them coming in. And you notice he shortens up his punches when there's a group. And then when that red guy comes back up, he's like, no, I have time to cock this back.
Give him a cartoon wind
Yeah,
up.
the Betty Rubble.
Hilarious. It's almost like he wasn't even looking at him. The guy's coming over here and he's looking over here and he's like, there you are.
Any leftists who think they want civil war, watch this video.
Yeah, well, do you
It
think?
reminds me of an old Mike V video. You remember Mike V, the skater?
Bowler?
Yeah.
There's an old video where he was like by a couple, semi truck trailers, and these guys surrounded him, and he beat the crap out of like
So
three or
good.
four guys. It's so good. good.
There was a
It was on a skate video for a long time.
There was a great video I couldn't find of a Russian guy walking with his wife in the park, and he's of course looks just like he has the tracksuit, and he's walking, and this one guy just literally backhand smacks his wife as they're walking through, and there's two of them, and he's just bing, 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 and he knocks both of them out. They get back up, and his wife starts yelling at him, "No!" Like she knows what he's capable of.
Kill him.
He just grabs her arm. He's like, "Let's get out of
I
here."
think that might have been an accident too. I was all like, and
No, it wasn't.
oh.
It wasn't. He literally
Doesn't
looks at her and he smacks her. But the point is, do you think after he knocked out, he clocked that guy in red, and then I would say he definitely rung the bell of the other guys. Do you think that when he turned and saw the guy in red coming back, that's as happy as a human being has ever been?
I mean, I think so. Yeah, he knows his enemy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a dog watching you pull a frisbee out.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
His tail started wagging.
Yeah.
He started jumping up.
Anyway, the left is retarded if they didn't expect to. Oh, you're still here? And you're still watching this on YouTube? You've probably noticed something is missing by now. I'm not here. That's because the Live Daily Show is now streaming exclusively on Rumble weekdays at 11 a.m. Eastern. Tune in there, where nothing is censored.